in our jurisdiction. First, we are considering the nomination of Jennifer Hamady to be the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board. During her time on the board, Chair Hamady has been a fierce advocate for safety, and thanks to her leadership, the FAA reauthorization includes critical provisions to improve the board's workforce, strengthen its investigative authorities, and prepare for emerging technologies. We are also considering the nomination of Patrick Fuchs to be a member of the Surface Transportation Board. The Surface Transportation Board plays a critical role in ensuring railroads meet the needs of the national transportation system. Mr. Fuchs has worked in a bipartisan manner to improve the Safety Board's oversight of railroads. Chairman Dan Maffei was the first appointed to the Federal Maritime Commission under President Obama and renominated by President Trump. As a commissioner, he is overseeing the implementation of the good work of two of our colleagues on the committee, Senator Klobuchar and Senator Thune, in the Ocean Shipping Reform Act, and it is helping boost the competition and protecting American businesses who are trying to export abroad. We also have for the Federal Maritime Commission Commissioner Rebecca Dye, who was first nominated by President George Bush in 2002. During Commissioner Dye's time, she has demonstrated a balanced and thoughtful approach to this important issue of this shipping industry. Sam Slater has been nominated to be the member of the Board of Directors of the Metropolitan Washington Airport Authority. Mr. Slater is a managing partner of Tremont Asset Management. He is also a co-owner. Okay, skip that part. And critical to our national security, we are considering 43 nominations for the promotion of the Coast Guard. I would like to congratulate a couple of members who have worked over the years. Rear Admiral Tom Allen, who was Chief of Congressional Affairs when he worked to double the family leave time for the Coast Guard. Really, really important issue that has put the Coast Guard at the forefront of workforce policy, and very much appreciate that as the Coast Guard has figured out that women are a big part of their future workforce, and so having a family leave policy was really, really important. I want to thank him for his continued leadership, and also want to highlight Coast Guard Congressional Affairs veteran Commander Kent Reinhold, who is becoming a captain. Thank you for your service to our nation. I'll now turn to my colleague, Ranking Member Cruz, for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At today's markup, the committee will consider a number of nominations. I'm disappointed, however, that the chair pulled down all of the legislation originally slated for the committee's consideration today. Of the 11 bills on the markup agenda, 10 bipartisan bills would have moved unanimously by voice vote. I suspect my disappointment is shared by members on both sides of the dais today, and I hope we'll reconvene quickly and pass these 10 bills by consent, which every member was prepared to do so today. Thankfully, we are moving forward with the promotions for over 400 Coast Guardsmen and women. Every day, Coast Guardsmen go into harm's way to protect our nation's maritime borders and to enforce the law. From fighting the scourge of fentanyl to interdicting human traffickers and the illegal aliens sailing across our borders, these men and women deserve the Senate's swift confirmation. I also want to thank the Coast Guard for quickly addressing the serious problem my office uncovered: the Coast Guard's use of illegal non-disclosure agreements, including with victims of sexual assault. Within a day of my letter alerting the Commandant to the issue, the Coast Guard ended this indefensible practice. The Coast Guard has now notified every Coast Guardsman that NDAs may not silence victims of sexual assault, nor do they prevent anyone else from blowing the whistle to Congress or to the Inspector General. We have several other nominations to consider today as well. Many of those are well-qualified nominees whom I support. Unfortunately, President Biden's nominee to the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority, or MWA, is not one of them. Over the years, Mr. Slater has channeled hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Democratic Party. In addition to bundling untold amounts of money for President Biden's 2020 campaign, he donated $150,000 to then-President-elect Biden's Presidential Inaugural Committee. I understand that many nominees have donated to whichever party is in the White House. However, it is concerning to me that after President Biden nominated Mr. Slater, he donated another $300,000 to the Democratic National Committee. This is political patronage, pure and simple. It is the ethics problem of Gigi Sohn all over again. And it is contrary to established bipartisan norms that have prevailed in the Senate for a long time. Senate nominees do not make contributions, and they certainly do not make massive $300,000 contributions while their confirmation is pending. I would hope the committee, in a bipartisan manner, would agree that that is inappropriate, whether your party is Democrat or Republican. Sadly, I suspect that will not be how the votes come out, but I, for one, cannot support his nomination.
Or a motion?
I move that PN 16, the nomination of Daniel Maffei of New York to be Federal Maritime Commissioner, PN 17, the nomination of Rebecca F. Dye of North Carolina to be a Federal Maritime Commissioner, PN 1498 and PN 1499, the nomination of Jennifer L. Homendy of Virginia to be Chairman and a member of the National Transportation Safety Board, PN 1372, the nomination of Patrick John Fuchs of Wisconsin to be a member of the Surface Transportation Board, PN 1074, 1116, 1117, 1148, 1288, 1289, 1301, 1302, 1394, 1395, 1415, 1457, 1497, 1507, 1532, 1533, and 1534, Coast Guard promotions, be reported favorably.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to. The nominations are ordered to be reported favorably. That concludes our hearing markup this morning. We'll look to take up the rest of the agenda at a future time. We're adjourned.
Are we not doing slavery?
That's right.